That tells you right there.
No.
I wasn't making
All right. Let's go. So we can get moving. Today, you will do the same thing you did yesterday. Except yesterday, it was pretty straightforward. They would say, here's the slope, and here's y-intercept, write the equation. Or they'd say, here's a point, find the slope, write the equation, using point, slope, form, that kind of stuff. Well, today it's more story-like applications. You read the problem, and you try to pick out the slope. You try to pick out the y-intercept, or maybe you pick out points. Story problems usually have stuff that you've talked about. All right, this one they actually just give you the equation right here. This is the equation to the problem up here. So if we read it, it says a company's cost, and cost is represented with C, for producing N printer cartridges. So now they're using N for what? Where's N? The number of printer cartridges produced can be represented by this equation down below. So once again, C is what? It's the cost for a company, and the company is being charged $2.50 times what? N. N stands for what? Number of cartridges. So I'll just put number of cartridges. Okay. Like that. Plus what? $7.50. Okay. Doesn't this look like yesterday? Remember yesterday I started the lesson off with what is slope-intercept form, and you said what? Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so now it's a story problem, and when it's a story problem, they kind of throw out the x's and the y's, and they replace it with, in this case, what did y get replaced with? Cost. So the cost is now y, and what is x? The number of cartridges, right? Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, look at that. I think I know all three of these people. Okay, here's the deal. Every point is x comma y, but in your case, it's not x, y, it's going to be what? Is it NZ?
Yeah.
N for x, C for y. So yeah, it's NC. Okay? All right, now, so you have this equation. It's the cost of a company. What is the meaning of the what? Slope. And what is the meaning of, not the y-intercept, the what intercept? C-intercept. Okay? Can you guys, I told you I'm very visual, right? Can you draw a picture? Yeah. So what is the y-axis called?
C.
Yeah, I know it's C, but what's it called? Cost. What's the x-axis called? Number of printer cartridges. Okay, I'm just going to write printer cartridge like that. Okay, tell me how the graph would look. It's the cost versus the number of printer cartridges. Look at that equation. Where's the y-intercept or the c-intercept? Which one's c? C-intercept is 750, right? It's right here. And tell me what's going on. How do you know what's going on? Positive slope. That's the slope in front of x, or not x, but n. And you're going to go up at what rate? $2.50 every what? Every printer cartridge you make, you just go up $2.50. So there's the picture. Now, here's the question. What's the meaning behind slope? And what's the meaning behind the what? C-intercept. I mean, I think you can pick out the slope. Which one's the slope? 2.5. Okay, what's the meaning? Use your words. What about the cost? Does it go up or down? It goes up? Okay. The cost goes what? Up, how much? $2.50. Tell me more. Per cartridge. There you go. Per cartridge. Period. Done. They're just asking you what's the meaning behind the 2.5. The 2.5 just means the cost is rising. $2.50 per printer cartridge. Okay. Done with that. Tell me what that means. That's the intercept. Well, you know that the intercept is back here, right? It's right there. What does it mean? Yes, sorry.
Price.
What?
The initial price before.
Okay, you're so close. I like the word initial because it is the initial. Okay, it's not the initial price. It's the initial cost, right? It's the initial cost. Because price sounds like what I'm charging, and cost is what it's costing my company. It's $700 what? $50. So why does it? Why I haven't even made any cartridges, and I owe $750. Why would I owe that much money?
Because they're expensive to make.
Because what's expensive?
The cartridges to make.
So you're saying buying the equipment to make them? Is that what you're saying? Because I'd agree with that. How about the machines I had to buy? I had to buy machines to make these cartridges, right? So that's initial cost. Do I have to rent a building? I got to do this somewhere, right? So to start a business, it's not free. You don't get to start a business for free, guys. This is actually a tiny number. That's a tiny number. I doubt that's the initial cost. But that's what they said it was, okay? I bet you to start a business, many businesses probably are like $50,000 in the hole the day they start their business. Okay, how do these businesses make money? They what?
Whatever your product is, you charge more for it than what it actually costs you.
Okay, so it cost me how much to make this thing? $2.50. What do you think I'm going to sell it for? $5? You know what? I'll bet it's more. I'll bet it's $8 or $12. You know, when you guys go buy your things at the stores, you wouldn't believe the markup on things. I worked at Target. I told you that, didn't I? No, I didn't tell you guys. I told the morning classes. Shoot. I worked at Target my 5 years in college. I looked at the markup on things that were sold, and I worked in seasonal toys. It was amazing how much toys were marked up. And you know what the worst one is? The department that marks it up the most? Electronics? No. That's a good guess, though. Jewelry.
Yeah.
You go buy jewelry at Target or any of these places, they're charging you maybe like $20, $25. It costs them like $3. Their markup is sometimes like 1,000%. And it's amazing how much jewelry they sell. I don't even know. Does Target sell jewelry anymore?
Yeah.
They do? Okay. That's one of their biggest departments. Unbelievable. Are you good with this? Okay. Next up, I want you to read it and do what it says to do. And what they're asking you to do here is this. That's what they're asking you to do. Okay, read it.
Ryan, why'd you get in trouble? What room's
327 is the room we're in.
Oh.
So what room you go to?
Oh, that's because.
You're going down to the
Yeah,
council.
that's what
Okay, hint, hint. You gotta know those two things. Okay. Again, they replaced the X and the Y with different letters, right? A consultant is paid how much? For what? Here's $500. Now go drive around the state of North Dakota. Plus what? $75 per hour. Well, he works. Write the linear equation right here that represents the amount A the consultant is paid for N hours of work. What replaced what here? A did replace Y. Okay. What replaced X? N. Okay, there you go. Good. Okay, now the question becomes, to write an equation, I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. Do I know either one? Which is which? 75 is what? Slope. How did you know that was the slope?
Per hour.
And you should think like this, visually, ready? I get paid how much? Up 75 every what? Hour, up 75 every hour. It's slow. A rate. If you're given a rate, it's the slope. It says right here, per what? Per hour. So yes, you're right. $75 per, how many hours did I work? Yeah, they replaced it with N. Okay. Equals, what's Y? Amount I get paid, so I'll just say amount. Okay, plus, what? Would you agree that is the starting value? That's my starting paycheck. I start at 500. They give it to me. It's in my pocket. I start driving my car. This money is really not my paycheck, is it? Because it's going to pay for what? All my travel. Maybe it's my food. Maybe it's my gas. Who knows? It really isn't part of my paycheck, but they give it to me anyways to get me going. Any questions? No? Okay, last one. Okay, read that one. I'll just let you read it for a second. Okay, you've read it, I think, right? Okay, here we go again. You gotta know slope, you gotta know y-intercept. In the year 2003, there were what? Yeah, 1078 JCPenney stores. In 2007, there were 1,067 JCPenney stores. Write a linear equation. Oh, there's what you have to do right here. Write the linear equation that gives the number of what? Stores in terms of what? The year. Okay. So what replaced what? Yeah, the number of stores should equal the slope times X. What's X? The year. But the year is back here, isn't it? They let T represent year. So we're going to say T is X. Okay, so you're going to get this. Stores equal something times T plus B. Figure out the slope, figure out the y-intercept. Did you read this? If T is equal to 3, that represents what? 2003. So we're not going to talk 2003. We're just going to say what? Year 3. Year 3, how many stores were there? Yeah, 1078. Kind of sounds like a point, doesn't it? Guys, X, Y got replaced with TS. Your points will look like what? TS. What point did they just give you? 3, 1078. You good? You see what I did? This is just a point on the graph somewhere. Year 3 go up 1,078. Okay. What else did they give you? Yeah. 2007 there were 1067. So that would be what? 7, 1067. You know what this looks like? It looks like yesterday. I gave you 2 points. I said, write the equation. That was one of the things I did with you right at the end of the hour.
Yep.
It's the same problem. You need to go find what? Go get your slope. Then, once you get slope and you have a point, you have 2 points by the way, use point slope form. Point slope form will always write the equation. What is point slope form? Yep, equals times. There you go. That's how you wrote equations yesterday. And then what you ended up doing was you solved them for y to get them to look like slope intercept. First you gotta find this one. Did you guys get a negative slope? Did you get negative 2.75? How come the slope is negative? The stores are going which way? Downhill. You're losing JCPenney stores. Guys, this problem's been in my book for 10 years. Are we going to lose our JCPenney's?
We already
Have we?
No, we lost Macy's.
We lost Sears and Macy's.
Yeah.
Are we going to lose JCPenney's?
Probably.
Yeah, you know what? It's a sad thing for me. I remember when the Columbia Mall was built in 1978. I was like in 8th grade, and I thought, God, this place is huge. And now it's what?
It's sad.
It's dying.
It's depressing.
It is depressing to me. To me, it is.
Also, they closed the bookstore that was in there. It was a really nice bookstore.
Okay, that is your slope. We're going downhill, guys. Now, here's the deal. Once you know your slope, can you write the equation if you have points and slope? Can you? Of course you can. The point slope form will do it. Negative 2.75 x minus y minus. You tell me which point you want me to use. The 3? Okay, the 3 one. Okay, so it's 10, 7, 8, and then back here it's 3, right? So it's y minus 10, 7, 8 equals negative 2.75x plus, I don't know, 8 point something.
8.25.
8.25, thank you. Subtract, how do you get rid of subtraction? You add, when you add the 10, 7, 8 over there, you get 10 what?
86.25.
And I did the same thing I did last hour. I forgot, they replaced the X's and the Y's with what 2 letters? T and S. Okay, so I'm going to go back and replace those. This one should be what? Stores. The number of stores of JCPenney stores equals this times what? The number of years that go by. T years. And there's the equation right there, guys. That's what they wanted you to do. Write an equation that would graph the stores. And this is a negative slope, so you know at least the negative slope makes sense, correct? Okay. So guys, now it says predict the number of stores the JCPenney. Predict the number of stores the JCPenney will have. Oh, that makes sense.
Typo.
Yeah. Predict the number of stores JCPenney will have in the year
Take
2000.
that out.
Okay.
Good job.
How do you do it? You gotta use your equation. Go do it. Do it. Go plug it in. I'm sure by now you have it. What is it? Roughly what? 1,053 stores. Okay. Okay. In the year 2012, there'll be roughly 1,053 stores. Hey guys, I graphed it. I showed you the visual part of it. Remember this? They told you year 3, which is 2003, there's about what? 10, 7, 8. By year 2007, we're looking at what? 10, 6, 7. You're predicting the year 2012 will be what? What are you predicting? Is it looking right? Yeah, yeah. And here's another thing. What do you think this number is right here? What do you think that number is right there? 1086, isn't it? Right there. I mean, that whole graph just looks like it makes sense to me. I know I did it right. Because if I get that visual, I kind of look at it and say, yeah, it all works. That's it. I'm done. You may plug away. Plug away. I knew it was negative. 10, 7, 8 minus this. 3 minus this. I wrote it wrong. Nobody caught me, nobody said anything. You finally caught me. Molly? Hey, Molly just caught me. She asked me, why is that -4 when 7 minus 3 is +4? It's because I knew the answer was -4. I did it wrong. It's supposed to be 10, 7, 8 minus this. And it's supposed to be 3 minus this. But look what I wrote. I went the wrong way. So this should have been what? 3 minus 7. That's why it's -4. I knew the answer, so my mind played a trick on me. So I wrote it wrong, but I knew the answer.
It's okay.
Molly, bravo. Good job. You caught me. I like it when you catch me because it means you're paying attention. Good job. Go to work. Oh, last thing I have to say, your assignment. I did knock off one problem. I know it sounds like one problem, but it's A, B, C, D, so it's actually 4 problems. Don't do what? 133. Get up to 131, go to 146, call it good. All right. Now's the time you go to work, and your hand goes up because I don't get what I'm doing. Try get yourself moving. Actually, you know what I mean?
You're working so hard on the problem. I'm still getting back to it.
Oh, is there anybody in here that has not handed in the 1-2 assignment? I can take it right now.
That's the thing.
The 1-2 was it was A, B, C. It was actually a 3-day lesson. Well, we handed it in yesterday, but I don't know
That's A, and then that's the
if you
A just doesn't have tail.
no, the A's tail turns into the end like the first.
My handwriting is really. Like, look at my tail. Look at my tail. People say my R's look like an I.
By the way,
Yeah, I see.
Oh, sure, they have.
Yeah.
Might be writing in
No,
very
you
good
just
job.
get C's,
That's so many.
where you guys really get hurt is when you go out and
E,
you don't do all the problems.
if I'm writing C with like something right before it,
I do.
no big deal, then I'll have to look at that. E, C, and Z are six.
Like,
Which one is Z and which one is C? My question to you.
We talked about it before. Yeah, this six equals, yeah, so
I'm distracted.
Really?
So the easiest in 2002.
My handwriting is always worse in science class.
Okay, some of you, are not treating this correctly. I don't usually give you this much time, so you should really get going. You really, leave school today and say what? I'm done. Instead of, oh shit, I gotta bring my math home. No, get down, go.
Good thing is.
Okay, so.
Oh, because it's not in this part. Oh, it's not in like actual. The last.
Oh. It's that one you're looking at. Yeah, that's kind of a weird one, but because we just have to assign the weird ones. Okay, so you're doing number one, right? Okay, to me, use the slopes in the line segments to determine the time periods in which the average salary increase the greatest extent of the least. Well, greatest to me is when the life steep. I can, this is pulling up pretty good, oh, slowing down, slowing down. The way you want is here to here versus here. You could actually. So I'd say between 16 and 18, what is that? Years, is 1996. So this would be 96 to 2000. Between 2006 and 2000, grade. What about leaves? That would be, yep. Good. Find the slope of the line segment connecting points for years 96 and 08. Now they're saying this year, 08.
Oh,
12 years later, wouldn't it?
Oh, because that would be by the way.
That'd be this year. Yeah. You want the slope between nothing in between. So you're just looking at that.
Spent like 3 hours.
Why?
I also had an essay.
Interpret the meaning of the
Until my friend texted me up here because I didn't get through like the thing I was supposed to write about from SAT one.
I'm not looking.
I'm an AP. It's fine, it's just really.
It is. But you know, from here to here, that's a pay raise. Pay raise. Pay raise. So from here to here, that's your account. And you should every 2 years span is bigger. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for this one, that's the intercept.
Okay. So that's the starting point.
But then I don't get to see where you would get the slope.
So we bought the oven, or the pizza oven, for that much.
Yep.
What year is that?
Zero.
0,875. That's the point.
Okay.
Now 5 years go by. 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, one will have to be replaced. Well, it's just, we're gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's junk.
So it's just.
So that's the point. 5,
It's a.
That's not where they said 5
Zero.
Yes.
So it goes down by.
So 5 comma 0 is a point.
Yeah.
0 comma 875 is a point. Find the slope between the two points.
That'd be negative 5. Right?
Write these points
I
down.
was thinking-
You bought it today.
I was thinking-
That would be year 0. It's worth what? Okay, now the next point. 5 years later, comma, what's it worth?
0.
Yeah. What's the slope? Yeah, now just type it in.
Make it simpler.
Yeah, I mean just. So you, what does that mean?
That.
Something happened. It's negative.
Yeah, I know that.
So what does it mean?
So that means that every year it's
You're losing $175 per year on your oven.
just good.
We okay?
Now you.
Everybody?
Two.